Hello, this is Emily Roll, Watchman on the Wall, and today's date is June 2nd of 2015. Now, I feel like the Lord wants me to make this video. It's very important to make this video about possible judgments coming to the Gentiles and the state of, well, definitely the state of California. Before describe a few dreams I've had, I'm going to read two verses here from the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 11. Let's start with verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, in famines and pestilence, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. And let's go to verse 25. There shall be signs in the sun, in the moon, in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Okay, now that I read those two verses there, I'm going to read just a couple dreams I've had that the Lord shared with me. Now, I've learned, through my walk with God, that He has given me the gift of to be able to see what's going to happen in the near future, like a seer. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Excuse me. So I'm just going to share a few dreams here that He gave me with and they all have one thing in common: California. Okay. No. Okay. Let's see. Now, I had this dream on May 9th of this year. I'm just going to make it short. In this dream, I was in California. And I was at this house I'd never been before with some of my relatives from California. And I know it was just a normal day. You know, one of my relatives was watching TV. And I happened to go to the kitchen. And I was watching, I just decided to wash my hands. And I was washing my hands in this really, really nice clean sink. And the water was very, very clear. And then there's this window right in front of the sink. So I took a glance at the window, and I noticed that there was this very huge storm happening. Very windy and rainy. Kind of like gloomy looking. You know, when there's a possible tornado, you know how it really looks all stormy, rainy, windy. Well, that's exactly how it actually looked like, but there was no tornado. Now, that was one dream. I had another one where sorry, try to organize my pages here in my journal. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay, I think it's on my phone. Alright. It's so funny how these actually happen to be in May. Except for one. I don't know when. I know I wrote it down somewhere in my journal, and I even dated it, but I cannot find it. I'm just going to describe it really quick. And I know it was this year, not too long ago. I had a dream where again, I was in California. I don't live in California, but I'm from California, and I do have a lot of family in California. Now, I was in California in this dream. It's so weird. It's like a vision within a dream. Okay, so in this house I've never been before again, with relatives from California, and there's this huge glass door in front of me. That you can just slide open instead of just a normal door. And there's this ocean right across the street, an ocean. And I knew the ocean was getting angry, like a tsunami was starting to develop or something. And I noticed there was a house too, right next to it. And the house didn't look like it was really on strong ground. And I was afraid for the house, really. And I noticed there was rocks in front of the yard. But I was afraid once the water hit the house, it was really going to destroy it. But, okay, that's just one detail there. So I knew something big was coming, like a judgment, and it wasn't really good. You know, I sensed that something bad was coming in this dream. And I believe I started to pray, and I said something like, I think I said something like this: I'm ready for the rapture, or Lord, I'm ready for the rapture. And then I felt the presence of God so strong. That's one dream. Now, I had this one on May 29th. Okay. Actually, no. Yeah, this was May 29th, I'm sorry, of this year. So this one, I woke up shortly after 5 a.m. in the morning. Again, I was in this house I've never been before, but it's just so similar to the other ones. And again, with members of my family in California, and I feel like I was there in California. And again, there was this huge glass door right in front of me. Again, in front of the living room, instead of a normal door. And again, there was an ocean right across the street. And this time I noticed two women going into this very isolated, not too isolated place. Kind of looked like a camping ground with trees and rocks. But it was really dark, like the sun wasn't really shining there. I noticed two women going in there, holding something like food in their hands. And I knew that they were kind of hungry and tired. And kind of like cold. But right next to it, there was an ocean. And I know the ocean was getting angry. Like a possible, again, tsunami. I know the waves were getting bigger. And I knew something bad was going to happen. I knew something big was going to happen in California, like an earthquake, then a tsunami. And I was trying to warn my family, but nobody would listen to me. And finally they decided to listen to me. I was really desperate for them to listen to me. Like, I wanted to come up with anything for them to listen to me and start packing and move away from there. So they finally, I don't know how, but I didn't say anything. They just started to believe me finally. So we were packing to get away from there. Because I knew the next day something humongous was going to happen. Like a judgment. So, that's that. And I've also had a dream of a solar eclipse again. And I know solar eclipse actually, and I've learned, because I've had a dream about a solar eclipse before we had, I think this was during the month of March. And I learned that a solar eclipse in a dream, and what I'm talking about, a possible judgment coming, and this is to the Gentiles. I had this one in the same month, actually, month of May. Sorry, I just lost it. Okay. Yeah, this was on May 25th, actually. I don't know what's up with me and Windows, but I learned that Windows actually signify prophetic gifting. But I was looking at the windows. Excuse me, I take that back. I know, I thank the Lord for anything he blesses me with, and it's all for his kingdom, and he should be the one glorified, not me. And I do everything I do because I love the Lord, and I know the importance of being obedient. And and I feel very blessed. He's been so good to me. I know he gives each one of us a different job, and I take mine very seriously. So I know he has given me the gift of prophetic gifting, or prophecy, as a seer. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. S-E-E-R. But here we go. So solar eclipse could mean a possible judgment coming. Now, I noticed, I've been praying about these dreams, honestly. I wanted confirmation to make sure, what they mean. I just wanted to get more insight of it. And finally I got a, today I came across this article on the social media from End Time Headlines. Let me go to it really quick. I'm sorry. This was actually from yesterday. They shared this article yesterday. In their on their headlines, or on their post, they say massive undersea earthquakes off the coast of California could send a tsunami crashing into Los Angeles or San Diego. New research suggests. Continental collision could trigger California tsunami. And I was like, whoa, whoa. This really sounds like the dreams I've been having. And I know I forgot to mention actually, that the one dream where I was trying to warn my family, and I was happy that finally we're packing to leave, because I knew an earthquake was going to happen and then a tsunami. For some reason, honestly, I feel like it was somewhere in the south of California. Somewhere on that side, somewhere there. I don't know exactly where. And I don't want to say if I'm not too sure, but it was more like in the south side, more to that side. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you guys. It's up to you if you want to take heed to this or not. I know sometimes tsunamis could represent revival, and or judgments. So in this case, I believe there are more judgments. And the Lord is coming soon. Jesus Christ is coming soon. And we are living in the very last days. Well, once you hit the 7-year tribulation is the very last days. But we're living in the end times. We are the last generation. I strongly believe that with all my heart. And I don't know the day and hour, but I know the rapture's so close. So close. And I pray that this message has helped you. Either seek God more, get closer to the Lord, be right with God. Or I just pray that it blessed you in some way, because I know God is really sending warnings out there through his prophets, through his watchmen, messengers. He's really trying to send warnings because he wants people to get prepared. He wants people to get ready for his coming. He doesn't want anybody to be not warned about before he comes. And he's sending, and I know he's a holy and just God. He's very just and holy and loving. And obviously when a nation turns away from him and decides to live a very, very, like a Sodom and Gomorrah lifestyle, he ain't gonna just sit there and just let it be. He will judge this nation. And I believe California will suffer from one pretty soon. Pray for your family in California. I do have family in California, and I pray for them all the time. Just keep California in prayer. And the rest of this nation. Okay, so this is it. That's it for now. Thank you for listening. And have a wonderful night. God bless.